Welcome to Man Utd Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for Manchester United news, rumours, and updates. Our first news is Ruben Amorim suffers fresh blow with Benjamin Sesko lonely, as Man United problems continue. Benjamin Sesko was unable to build on his recent goal-scoring form at Manchester United over the international break during Slovenia's World Cup qualifiers. Benjamin Sesko's hopes of an international break reboot were dashed as he was left looking lonely while on Slovenia duty. The Manchester United striker, who had a rocky start to his career at Old Trafford, entered the break from Premier League action on a high note, scoring in a defeat against Brentford and in the crucial win over Sunderland. Sesko would have been keen to carry that momentum into Slovenia's World Cup qualifiers against Kosovo and Switzerland. However, goalless draws in both matches have left their chances of qualifying for next year's tournament hanging by a thread. The Slovenian press seemed to empathize with Sesko after the Switzerland stalemate match, suggesting he was lacking both service and support. Equipa handed him a respectable 6.5 out of 10 rating and oddly referenced American rapper Akon's hit song Lonely. They wrote, "We don't know, maybe he was singing that 20-year-old Akon hit, Lonely. He was too lonely for most of the game, sending the only chance into the outside of the net." His manager, Matjaž Kek, was less sympathetic, saying his attacking players don't have bloodlust after failing to get a single shot on target against Switzerland. This is not what Ruben Amorim would have wanted to hear about one of his most expensive summer signings. The Swiss are on track to automatically qualify as group winners, 3 points ahead of Kosovo in second place, which would guarantee a playoff position. Slovenia are trailing by 4 points in third with only 2 group games left. To keep their World Cup dreams alive, Slovenia must triumph over Kosovo in their penultimate group match on November 15th. Meanwhile, Sesko's attention will be on United and Sunday's clash against Liverpool. The trip to Anfield has been a source of dread for United supporters in recent seasons. However, the champions are looking shaky following back-to-back losses to Crystal Palace and Chelsea. United, of course, have their own weaknesses, but the manner of their win over Sunderland provided a glimmer of hope, even though Amorim is keeping his feet firmly on the ground. "I know they want to do their best, and I know they don't want to change the coach all the time," he said following that match. "But to be with the manager is, I will kill myself to go in every transition. We need to show with actions. And sometimes when we look at our team, I know for sure that when we see the games in the end, they know that sometimes we can do better. So, I feel that during the week, but we need to show that on the pitch, not just at home but also away." Stay tuned for the latest Premier League. Our second news is Liverpool and Man United on alert as Antoine Semenyo transfer clause emerges. Antoine Semenyo has picked up where he left off last season and the Bournemouth star remains on the radar of Premier League big hitters including Liverpool and Manchester United. Premier League suitors including Manchester United and Liverpool have been put on alert over Antoine Semenyo. The Bournemouth star penned a new contract over the summer in a major coup for the Cherries, but it has now been claimed that said deal includes a release clause. Semenyo, 25, scored a career-best 11 goals for Bournemouth last season as he stepped up following the sale of Dominic Solanke. He already has 6 strikes to his name this term, along with 3 assists, in just 7 appearances. And those returns have already rekindled speculation over a future move, with a number of big clubs understood to be keen on the Ghana star. In a boost for the likes of Liverpool and United, who targeted Semenyo in the summer, TalkSport claimed that his new 5-year deal includes a release clause. The exact terms of the clause, which means Semenyo would be available for a fixed price, have not been disclosed, but the club are believed to value their star forward at around £75 million. It said that Bournemouth accepted agreeing to such a clause was their best chance of tying Semenyo to a longer-term deal after his performances last season. Arsenal were also linked with the London-born star last season, but their summer business, adding Ebra Eze and Noni Madueke as well as starting striker Victor Gyökeres, have seen those links die down. Liverpool and United also added attacking reinforcements but continue to be mentioned in connection with a summer swoop for Semenyo. Tottenham has also been mentioned as a potential destination. Semenyo's old teammate Solanke is already at the North London club, as is his international colleague Mohamed Kudus. Semenyo has been away with his country during the international break, starting World Cup qualifying wins away to Central African Republic and at home to Comoros. The victory saw Otto Addo's side clinch top spot in their group and book their place at next summer's tournament in North America. It marks a remarkable turnaround after the Black Stars failed to qualify for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations. Semenyo featured in 4 of the 6 qualifying games as Ghana finished bottom of their group behind Angola, Sudan, and Niger. "I've grown so much at the club, both on and off the pitch, and I'm really happy to have signed ahead of returning for pre-season," Semenyo said when his new Bournemouth deal was announced in July. "From the fans to the staff and my teammates, I can't speak highly enough of the people around the club. It's a great place to be and I'm excited to get back to Bournemouth and continue the hard work with the new season just around the corner." Stay tuned for the latest Premier League updates, transfer talk. Our last news is Rio Ferdinand responds to Sir Jim Ratcliffe after comparing Ruben Amorim to Man United rival. Rio Ferdinand has applauded Sir Jim Ratcliffe for being so open about Manchester United's future despite his bold comments about Ruben Amorim's future as head coach. Rio Ferdinand has taken issue with Sir Jim Ratcliffe's comparison of Ruben Amorim to Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta. The Manchester United co-owner recently revealed on a podcast that he intends to honor his head coach's contract at Old Trafford. Despite a shaky start to the season, Ratcliffe defended Amorim and referenced Mikel Arteta's initial struggles when he took over from Unai Emery at the Emirates Stadium. Speaking on his podcast, Ferdinand praised Ratcliffe for his transparency. "You know what, I just like to hear the people that are in the driving seat of a football club come out and speak," said the United legend. "That's what I like about Jim Ratcliffe. I think he obviously went on to a podcast to speak about something totally different, but obviously, that podcast isn't going to allow him to come on and not ask him about Man United. So, it's just refreshing that somebody in his position actually talks," Ferdinand added, before questioning Ratcliffe's comments about Arteta. "Now, do I agree exactly with what he said? I understand the sentiment. If you go through the facts, I don't think it's the right person to draw a comparison with. You look at Arteta, there are similarities in some of the stats. The big one is that he improved the team from 10th to finish 8th in his first year. Amorim took his team from 14th to finish 15th. There was also flexibility in the way Arteta had his team. I think he had about 7 different formations in his first 50 matches, just trying things out. The improvement line would have been a bit more consistent, and you go, I can see it happening, whereas with Amorim, you look at him and there isn't as much consistency or positives that are coming out of it that you're going, oh, I can actually see it clearly, it's hitting me between my eyes, I couldn't let this guy go. I think right now, we're at a stage with United and Amorim, where, I just want to see that consistency of some results coming through, performance alongside that, and an idea that you go, oh, I can see this training ground stuff really paying off. The consistency with all of those 3 different elements isn't there right now, and I'm hoping he can get that right." Ferdinand was making reference to remarks delivered by Ratcliffe on the Business Podcast. At the beginning of the international break, the Ineos chief insisted that he retains authority over football matters at the club. When asked what would happen if the Glazers told him to dismiss Amorim, Ratcliffe, who has controlled just under 30% of United since February 2024, declared, "It's not going to happen.